Hey guys, so as you can see, I am testing out my selfie stick. Now I know that these selfie sticks have pretty much been in for a while, but this was actually given to me on my birthday and I'm just now able to mess around with it. But I really do like it. It's very definitely handy, I can say. So yeah, I hope that you all are having a very good Sunday. My Sunday was a little different for me, and I'll definitely get into that. But this is going to be a story time video. But I just kind of want to get on here just to see what this is going to be like. It definitely, like I said, I definitely do like it. But yeah, so I'm going to go and try to set up like an area where I can sit down, where I can talk to y'all, because I definitely want to have a little chit chat with you guys. So if you want to see and tune in for story time, definitely stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Whitney. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. Again, my name is Whitney. If you are already a subscriber, welcome back to my channel. So as you all can see, this video is going to be a little different, and sorry y'all, I know that this little setup seems a little janky and messed up, but y'all, I was struggling trying to just get an area to sit down in with good lighting and everything like that. So if y'all see me messing around with my camera or whatnot, sorry, your girl's still trying to get used to doing all this. But anyways, y'all, hold on, this is not straight at all. Come on, like for real. Okay, I think maybe, sorry y'all, I thought I had it together, but I guess I didn't. But anyways, y'all, today is Sunday. Sorry, y'all, trial and error, but I just don't feel like that this angle is right. Y'all, let me get this angle right and I'll come back to y'all. So this is as good as I can get it. But anyways, yeah, so like I said, if y'all see me messing around, just disregard it. But anyhow, like I said, this is just going to be like a little chit chat and a little story time. So pretty much, I don't think I've shared this with you all before. I probably made mention of it one time before in a vlog, something very quickly, but I didn't really get to sit down and talk to you guys about it. I actually was planning on making a video about this, but of course, there were some things that happened and, just kind of veered off from what I really wanted to talk about. So I figured that today is the day, just because of some things that took place yesterday evening on Saturday. I was like, you know what? I am going to be dedicated to this. I'm going to make a commitment and I'm going to do a story time on this because I think that it's definitely something needed. Now, what I may talk about may not be necessarily relevant to anything that you may be going through or goals or anything that you want to be setting for this coming year. But I definitely feel like this is very much needed. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about it. So again, so pretty much, let's start with the story time. Okay, now this isn't going to be something long and drawn out. I just kind of want to paint a picture of pretty much what I'm going to, the second part of what I'm going to talk about. So probably for a while now, I have been, wanting to save up for a new car. So pretty much, if you look at my thumbnail, you'll see that of course this is about saving for a new car, just encouragement about saving for a new car and just all that or whatnot. And I should, if I don't have it in my thumbnail, then I will insert a picture of the car that I am looking to get next year, somewhere in this video. And I want to say again that well, disregard that. Anyhow, let's get back to talk about. So again, I have been, let's see, I had a car. I got a car for my 18th birthday. I'm 27 years old. Anyway, I got a car for my 18th birthday. Long story short, in 2015, that car completely went out on me. So in the meantime, I was driving my stepdad's pickup truck, I forget the year. I think it's like a 1990, maybe a 97 Dodge pickup truck. So yeah, y'all, like I was driving this truck. I had been praying and just asking God. I'm like, God, I can't be riding around in this truck. Like, this truck is loud. It looks manly. It doesn't look any way, shape, or form look feminine. But, that was just what I had in that season of my life. So, I was driving around this car and, I had all these commitments. I had all these, goals and things set out. I was like, you know what, I'm getting ready to get me a new car. I was looking and everything, but clearly it just was not my time. Clearly in that time of my life, this is, like I said, this is 2015 and partially of 2016 where I'm driving this pickup truck and y'all, that truck costs money, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But anyways, so I'm driving this truck, and I'm just like, I'm distraught. I'm just like, I'm not gonna say angry and mad, but I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm like, kind of feel ashamed, and I feel all these types of things. Because come on, y'all, like, do y'all see this face? And I'm not trying to say this to be conceited in any way, shape, or form, but come on, like, driving a '97 Dodge pickup truck. But anyhow, so to fast forward, like I said, I'm not gonna dwell long on this. I just want to kind of paint a picture and kind of give y'all a little bit of history of just the little chit chat that I want to have with y'all today. So I had, I'm driving this car, it's taking me where I need to go, it's getting me to work, it's getting me to church, getting me to the grocery store. So it's getting me to point A to point B to point C, the places that I really need to go. I'm not trying to go out and like, I guess you could say, I don't know, hang out in the car or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so, I drove this car. But, of course, and honestly, I'm going to say this. God really had to, kind of shift my perspective of this car. There was definitely a lesson learned. Even to backtrack a little bit, when my car that I got for my 18th birthday, when that car actually broke down, my response, and I had issues with this car. I had many issues where just throughout I was driving it, there was always something wrong with it. It was stomping on me, or there was always like some kind of work to be done or what have you. There was just always something going on with that car. So even when I did have that car, the one that I got, and that car was a 2000 Neon. It was maroon. It was a really good car, like a very, high school friendly type car. But it was a good car. It got me where I needed to go as well. But it was just like, okay, I need a new car. So once again, like I said, I, had all these plans, but if things, of course, things got interrupted or whatnot. So, I couldn't necessarily financially, afford a car. Like I didn't even know how, I was supposed to be saving for a car. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know anything about, credit. I didn't know anything about anything. I just knew that I needed a new car. So, to fast forward, so again, so I'm still driving this truck. So, while driving this truck, this truck, like it's an old school type truck. So, it had many issues and things. So, I mean, y'all, I spent thousands, hundreds and thousands of dollars on getting this car fixed. But in the midst of, these things happening in this car, I had to make sure that my response, because a lot of times, when a car breaks down, speaking for me personally, the first thing I do is panic, because I'm trying to figure out, okay, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to get there, how's this going to happen, I don't want to catch the bus, I don't want to do this. And y'all, this is a real talk thing. Like, this is where I'm going to be transparent and all those types of things. But, I just immediately began to worry, and I'm like, I'm going to do this, that, and the other, because there's not very many people I can depend on. I'm single. I don't have a husband. I don't have a boyfriend. Like, I don't have any of those things. I do have very supportive family, that can get me where I need to go. But, at times they're busy at work or, doing what they have to do that, there's no time. So, but I'm very grateful, just for, and I do, and not only just family, there's other people that I know that if I were to reach out to, that they would be able to, help me out, which I know how it is. There's nothing like not having your own vehicle and having to, call and reach out to people. Hey, can you give me a ride? Can you do this? And sometimes there's nothing wrong. I'm not knocking that at all. Sometimes, that's just what we have to do. But anyhow, so yeah, driving this truck, there was many things that was going on with this truck. There was stuff I found out that I didn't even know was a part of a car. So at the end of the day, I can say that I'm grateful. I can say that I'm grateful that I was actually able to drive that truck, because I was able to learn things. I learned the importance of taking care of a car. I learned the importance of just the maintenance, keeping up the maintenance on the car and the oil change, and about how all those things are important. Because before that, like, I was just like, as long as there's gas in the car, then the car is fine. I don't need to worry about, why the engine light's coming on. I don't need to worry about why the oil light's coming on. I don't need to worry about that stuff. Just as long as there's gas in the car is fine. I was the type to where, when it rains, that's whenever my car got washed. Like, I did not feel like going to get my car washed. Now, I would vacuum it out every once in a while, but I'm like, look, when it rains, that's just whenever the car is getting washed. Like, I'm not doing any of that. So I was very careless. So in no way, shape, or form was I even ready or prepared to get a new car, because that new car would have been destroyed, because I would have neglected the maintenance, that needs to be kept up to get in a car, like the oil change. Like, those things are important, but I didn't know that. So it took for me to drive this 97. I don't even know if it's a 97. It might have been a 92, y'all. A 97 Dodge pickup truck. It took for me to drive this truck and experience this, for me to really come into the understanding of what it means, and how important it is to take care of a new car. So clearly, if I would have gotten a new car, like I said, I would have destroyed it. Like, I wouldn't have even been prepared to take care of this car, only to put gas in, and I wouldn't have been paying attention to this, that, and the other. Anyhow, so, I went through that phase, and y'all, like I said, I spent thousands of dollars on getting the car fixed, brakes, and like all other kinds of stuff that I didn't even know was on a car or that could break. So I went through that, and I will admit, it was frustrating. It was not easy, and it did not feel good. It did not feel good that when I got my bonus from work, that 85% of that bonus was going to fix the car. It did not feel good, but it was needed. And I can say today that I am grateful. I admit, I am grateful that I was able to go through, what I had to go through to learn how to take care of a car, all the different parts, and just everything that I would need to know when it comes to a car, the different, what do you want to call them, like AutoZone, O'Reilly, like all those different places, like who to connect with, and the best places to go to, like the good sources, like those types of things, because I did not know this. Honestly, I didn't know. If I can say this, if I wanted to know about it, I did, but I just was like, I don't need to know about that. Like, somebody else can take care of that. But as I said, it's just me, and I'm very, 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 very grateful for my stepdad, because he comes through, y'all, all the time to help me, whenever I need help, to give me questions. I mean, he's always there. Grateful to have him in my life, because without him, y'all, I would have been lost when it comes to trying to get a car fixed. But anyway, so like I said, I went through that phase, and like I said, spent thousands of dollars getting these cars, fixed. So probably probably the beginning of this year. The beginning of this year, I actually took steps. I took steps to go out, me and my mom together, took steps to go out before I get there, I'll say this. So after going through all that, getting the cars fixed, spending the money or whatever, I got to a place to where I was content with my truck. Like, driving this type of truck, you wouldn't want to go certain places, like to the mall, or, you wouldn't want to be out and about where people see you getting in and out of this truck. You just want to go home, work, church, and that's it. Well, it got to the point to where I just didn't even care. Like, I was so content, and I was comfortable, and I was okay with, if I wanted to go to the mall in this truck, I would go. If I wanted to go, wherever I needed to go, wherever it is, I would go and not care. Like, I got to that place where I was just comfortable. I was just like, okay, I accept that this is just what I have right now, and be grateful. Like, it was a very humbling situation where I had to sit down and realize that you do have a car. It may not be the car that I want. It may not be what I feel that I need, but this is everything. But it is what I need. This is exactly what I need, and this is just your season. This is just it. And so I got to that place to where I was comfortable and I was okay. And it was just like, I began to love this truck. I was just like, wait a minute, I like this truck. Like, all honestly, I was like, I like this truck. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to that place, and I was excited. Like, I didn't care what anybody thought. I didn't care if people were looking at me, and nobody did. It was just my mind thinking that people were going to look at me and talk about me, or whatever situation may have been. But none of that mattered to me. It was like, I have a car. I have a vehicle that's getting me where I need to go. It's getting me back and forth to work, grocery store, church, everywhere I needed to go, I had it. So, I just got to that place, and I stopped complaining. And I honestly was just like, well, if this is the car that I have to have until I get my new car, I'm fine with that. So, I was there. So to fast forward, me and my mom, I had a new car. So I had my eye looking around on the market for a new car, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, step out. I'm going to go out and, do some research and things like that. Because again, I did not know anything about even the process of going out to look for a car, like the different things, like, if you need down payment, credit, what they look for, all those types of things. I had no knowledge. So probably the beginning of this year, 2017, me and my mom went out. We went, car hunting. So we went to different dealerships, and they of course pull my credit score, or they did all those different types of things. And again, I was able to learn, going through these things. I was able to learn the different things that car dealerships look for, the things that you need to look for in them, because y'all know these car dealerships will get over on you quickly. So the different things to look for with them, just all the types of things. Like, I was opened up to this knowledge. Like, I had no idea, the process of even what it was or what it meant to get a new car. So, we went through this, and we went to different dealerships, and we went to one, and actually I was able to see my mom actually got a new car in the midst of us going to look for me a new car. She got a new car, which was a blessing in itself, because just seeing the motivation, because many times we go into these dealerships, especially us women. We go into these dealerships, and they're ready, like we are just target, we're fresh meat, not to all but some, from what I've witnessed going into the dealerships. Or you have some to where there's people that just don't want to take the time to work out with you. Like if you don't have like a 900 score, then they're just like, oh, sorry, we can't do anything with you, there's the door, goodbye. I experienced that, and I was like, ooh, that's some serious heart rejection to take. So that was like discouraging, just make me not even want to go to those nice car dealerships, just go to like the buy here pay here. But I'm like, absolutely not. So I was able to go with my mom to witness the passion. These group of men, they worked so hard with her. They made sure that they tried every source, every phone call. They make sure they did everything in their power that they could to make sure she got the car that she needed, and that her payments and everything was worked out for her. Like I was able to sit down and witness this, and I was glad that I was able to witness, because I'm like, okay, there are people out here who really do care, and that really will help you, when it comes for you trying to get in the car, that they will, work through every source, every bank, whatever it is that they have to do, pull strings, put things together to make sure. And that was just encouragement to me to see them do that for her. And sure enough, my mom walked away from that dealership with a 2017 Chevrolet Cruze car, barely putting anything down. When I say barely, I mean we were thinking she would at least have to put $2,000 or $3,000 down. Y'all, $500 down. $500 down. So that was just encouraging. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like this is what a dealership is about. These are really true, genuine people who really want to work with you. So in the midst of that, like I said, I was able to learn and just see the different things, and even to know, like, when I am ready to go and take those steps, know where to go, because like I said, I was exposed to those types of things, and it was awesome. Like I said, in the midst of that, it still wasn't my time yet. They were looking for me, but my mom got taken care of, which it was awesome. So after that, so my mom had already had a car, a PT Cruiser that she had that's already been paid off and everything like that. So she's got her new car, she got this PT Cruiser. So probably fast forward, like in, I don't know, maybe March or April, my mom, in the midst of her trying to get cars, she's driving her PT Cruiser to work, and then it's like, during the weekend she would drive her new car. Well, that of course wasn't working out. So she was just like, she had called me one morning, she was like, hey, how do you feel about just driving the PT Cruiser? And at this point in time in my life, when she actually called me and asked me that, I was actually in the midst of preparing and planning on getting my new car, doing what I need to do to get mine. And so then she was like, well, how about you just drive the PT Cruiser until you get your new car, until you get what you need to get, just drive this car, because she didn't want, her PT Cruiser just to be sitting, because y'all know when a car sits, then it just pretty much just dies. So she's like, well, I don't want this to die. I want this to be passed along, from generation to generation. So, just drive the car, bring the truck back and just drive the car, and until you get what you want to get. And so I was like, oh, and honestly, my honest opinion, I was actually going to say, no, that's okay. And I was just going to go ahead, and because having that truck and seeing it was like motivation for me to get a new car. So I'm like, okay, so if I get this car, I'm not going to be as motivated. I'm going to get comfortable, because it's a nice car. She kept it up. It was clean and everything. So I was like, so that might knock off my motivation. But eventually I was like, okay, so I'll do that. So that morning, I think it was probably a Saturday morning, or maybe a time before I was getting ready to go to work, I drove the truck back to her house, and then I picked up the PT Cruiser. So that's what I've been driving right now. So, and of course, in the midst of that, I guess, again, it just wasn't my time. But anyways, fast forward again. So we're going to fast forward to yesterday. So yesterday, I was out and about doing some things, and I can say that since I've been driving this PT Cruiser, there's been a little bit of issues, not a lot, but probably a couple months ago I had issues to where I would go somewhere and the car wouldn't start. Like I would go, all that. So the car wouldn't start. So I was like, here we go, and I just like, I always feel like, I'm like, man, how come every time I get in a car, that they always break down, there's always issues. So, like I said, those are the only experiences that I've actually had with the car. So, and then another time again, I was somewhere, tried to start it up and didn't start, and eventually started back up. Well, yesterday I was out and about, and I actually had plans for yesterday evening. I was supposed to have a movie night with one of my friends. So, I was at the store getting food and stuff because we were going to like cook food and bring it over to my house or whatnot. So I was over there, and then I took, the food to our house, and then I went out to my car, and like the car, it would start, but there was like a grinding noise, and I was like, what is that noise? But anyway, so pretty much we didn't know what it was. So I called my stepdad. He came and checked things out. We tried to jump it, didn't work or whatever. And so then from there, it was like, okay, my mom's like, okay, look, let's call the tow truck because we don't know what's going on with it. And I knew that it sounded like the starter because, like I said, the lights and stuff were on, like it would start up, but there was like a grinding noise as if it was just like, the starter was just going out. So long story short, my sister was able to find a mechanic that lives across the street from her, who would fix it for a reasonable price. So we had to go get a new starter, which was a reasonable price as well. And they had to put it in. So pretty much I was without the car last night. I didn't go to church today, and things like that because my car was being fixed on or whatever. So, it's just like these situations, that keep coming up with the car. It definitely is motivation for me to get a new car. These are definitely things. This is something that I cannot, like, I just can't wait. Like, I can't sit around or, do anything like that. So I was just like, you know what? I got to get a move on it. I can't wait. I can't but I just wanted to make sure that everything's in place. So it's like, now that I have the knowledge of, what I need to do, as far as looking for a car, the money that I need to save and things like that, which is going to be what I'm going to get into now. So that was just a little picture painted of pretty much what I'm getting ready to get into. So with all that being said, I've had many issues, with just different cars and things like that. So it's like, okay, so what happens next? What needs to happen from here? Which is what I'm going to get into now. So a couple months ago, I wrote out a plan. I wrote out a savings plan. I wrote out a savings plan of how much money that I can set aside, that is affordable for me, that I can afford to set aside to save up for a new car. So for each check that I got paid, that I will be getting paid and have gotten paid, I take out a certain amount and I put it away in a different account. So for those of you that maybe even want to be, saving up for a car, I would definitely recommend opening up another account. One that, you won't be touching necessarily, won't have to pull from. And I want to say this, there have been times in the past where I have done that, where I've set money aside and, put it up, and then I've had to get into it and dig into it and pull from it. And then it's like, well, there goes my savings for my new car. So after what happened yesterday, it's just like, it just puts fuel into my motivation. I'm like, okay, because I feel like that, and don't get me wrong now, I'm grateful that I have a car. I'm grateful that my mom has allowed me to use her car and all those things. So not in any way am I bashing or being ungrateful, but it's just like motivation. It's like, okay, Whitney, you need to do this, because if you don't want to keep dealing with this, all these things, because if you really think about it, I'm, paying out and making all these money. I feel like that I'm making a car payment because, every time there's something wrong with it, these parts and stuff are expensive, and then you got to pay for the labor of the car. But anyway, so I had just made up my mind. I was talking with a friend. I had just made up my mind. And that's the thing. You have to have a made up mind. I had made up my mind, and it's that, I'm going to come up with a savings plan. So I wrote down, and I'll show y'all this savings plan in a couple minutes. But I wrote down a savings plan for the next, I don't know if it's like 6 months, maybe. I don't know. But I wrote down a savings plan for the next, it's rather 6 months or something like that. I'll have to look at my plan because I have it on my refrigerator. But I'll have to go look at it to see exactly how many months that I have the saving plans for. And like I said, for each check that I will be getting paid and have gotten paid, there's a certain amount that I set out. There's a certain amount that I'm looking to get or to have saved. And I believe that my main goal is $2,000. Now, trying to save $2,000, that's simple. Because $2,000 is nothing, right? So my issue is, it seems as if there's always something that comes up to where I'm like, well, dang, I can't even save because I got this, or, something's come up, so I got to, do that. But I am determined. I am determined, Lord willing, I am determined that next year by um I don't know if it was by March. I think that's what my goal was by March. Because y'all know, of course, at this time that, it'd be tax time. So this is the perfect time to, add on. Because what I don't want to do, because this is what happened at the beginning of this year, I don't want to not save any money. And then, because pretty much what I did was I went out and looked for the car, and things like that. And then I didn't have the money. I was just trying to get out there to see, how much I would need to save and things like that. And then I tried to save, but that was all backwards. So I was like, okay, so this year I'm going to go ahead and have money saved up and not necessarily depend on, taxes and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and have a set amount saved. That way, when I do get that tax money, I can add to it. And then I'll have the amount and then some that I already need to go and get my car. So that's pretty much what I'm working towards. It's going to take a lot of self-discipline, and it's definitely hard because y'all know it's the holidays. It's the holiday season. There's Black Friday sales, there's deals, there's this, there's that, and there's many things that I definitely want right now. Like one of the main things that I want right now, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but right now I really want a Louis Vuitton bag. I know someone I've been networking with that has really Louis Vuitton bags on, for good sales. But I'm gonna have to hold off on Louis because I need a new car. Louis ain't gonna help me get around. But yeah, so I came up with this savings plan. And the only reason why I'm making this video is because, like I said, this is just story time, this is chit chat, and I really don't have any footage to put up today. So I figured, well, let me go ahead and do this. But I am determined. I am determined to do this because, I guess it just gets to a point in life to where you just have to I'm just gonna have to buckle down because y'all know that I love stuff. I love clothes. I love purses. I love accessories. I love bags. I love stuff. Y'all can see getting my nails done, but I'm gonna have to sacrifice, and it all starts with me. It all starts with me. I'm going to have to not eat out as much because, like I said, y'all know that I'm single and whatnot. So, right now I don't really need to be doing a lot of cooking. Every once in a while, if I really want something good, I will. But most of the time, it's like grab something and go. Yeah, so it's going to take lots of self-discipline. These next few months, I'm going to have to cook at home and really have to discipline myself financially because that's where, honestly, I can admit that's where I struggle the most. So it's going to take a lot of self-discipline. I'm going to have to stay away from the mall, and not only that, I do a lot of, I see a lot of things online, and I'm just like, ooh, I want that, I need that. But it's like, I have to stay determined. I have to stay determined, and I have to remain disciplined. And I will insert a clip of the car that I really do want to get. But anyhow, so yeah, I guess I will go ahead and show y'all the savings plan. I hope that was clear. I don't know if that message got out of pretty much what I was saying, but pretty much it's just that I am determined to get a new car. I have to, this is just something that I need. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I just need a new car because this person's got it. No, I really need a new car. So like I said, I came up with a savings plan, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I remain disciplined, that I tell myself, no, I am my biggest enemy right now, that I tell myself, no, that this can wait, you need this, me getting a new car, this is my goal for 2018, and I know that people say, what's your New Year's resolution? Well, my goal, I don't necessarily have a resolution, my goal for 2018 is to get, because I'm Lord willing, I want to have this car by summer next year. Y'all know pretty much next year is pretty much already here because November is already over, so we're heading into December. So I can say this. So if you want to ask, well, how is your savings going right now? It's not going that great, but only because there's been just some things that have come up. But y'all, like I said, after the little incident that happened yesterday with the start and the car not starting up, it's just like I can't do this. I don't like that feeling of being, and I'm not saying that these things can't happen when you get a new car, but you know what I'm saying, it's just more of a reliable source. It's just like, I just need a reliable car. I need a car, and it's just this, because like I said, when I was driving that truck, y'all, I had all kind of problems, from radiator problems, from where the car was smoking, and just smoke and all these types of things, and the car stopping, and just all kinds of things. And so now here I am. This situation is just I'm just done. I'm not dealing with this. But in the meantime, like I said, in the meantime, I'm learning. Not necessarily complaining, but I'm learning, just the importance of keeping up with the car. So, that's my main thing that I want to put out there. I'm grateful for everything that I've went through, all the trials and tribulations, all those things that I went through, the complications, with these cars, because without it, I wouldn't have learned. But now I know, now I have the understanding. So now I can go and pursue what it is that I want with the right mindset, with the right resources, with the right knowledge and understanding that I need. And of course, I won't be going alone, because y'all know how, like I said, these dealerships will get on you. But I do have, and as well, here's another thing. Now, where I live at, it can be kind of hard to get a car. But I have also made up my mind that if I have to go out of town to get my car, that's what I'm going to do. Nothing where I live at is not going to stop me from getting a car. But I do. There is a specific dealership here in town that I've kind of connected with. There's actually a salesperson that we're actually, I ain't gonna say friends, but we communicate. So I have my foot in the door there. If that doesn't work out, which I highly doubt that it won't. If that doesn't work out, then there's another place not too far from where I'm at. It's probably like over the bridge, like 10 minutes away, if that, where I'm going to go. And if they don't work out, guess what? I'm going out of town to get my car because I know that I can get it. But anyhow, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this, but I just want to get on here just to chit chat, with y'all. And I just want to say this, if y'all have any advice, I don't know if maybe any of y'all have been in the same situation where you're trying to save for a car, it's hard. If you have any advice, if you have any suggestions or opinions, I am up for them. I am listening, and leave your comments leave your advice, suggestions, and opinions in the comments down below, because I will definitely take the advice needed. Like I said, my goal, my main goal of the money that I want to save is $2,000. Because that's my goal, and of course more will be added on to that. But that's what I want to do. That's my main goal, is to save $2,000. So again, if you have any suggestions, if you have any advice, opinions, if you've been in my same situation, and I want to know what worked for you, and I know that everyone's different, and what worked for you may not work for me, because financially we may be on two different levels. So I know what I can afford and what you may afford, but I'm still here to listen and to take advice and opinions, because I know what I need to do. Like I said, I'm my biggest enemy. I just have to tell myself, Whitney, no. You cannot have the Louis Vuitton bag. Whitney, no, you can't get your nails done this week. Whitney, no, you don't need to eat out. Whitney, you need to pack your lunch every day for lunch. Whitney, you need to cook dinner. That's just what I have to talk to myself and tell myself these things. So, like I said, so if you have any suggestions, advice, opinions, please leave them in the comment section and let me know what worked for you. When it comes to you, maybe you getting a car, or maybe you're in the process of saving a car, like what works for you, or what are some good tips. I have been doing research on like different good tips to, save for a car and all that type of things. So y'all let me know. I want to hear from y'all. So y'all let me know. But like I said, let me go get my little savings plan, and I'm going to show y'all my little, preparation of what I have. So just sit tight. Okay guys, so here's my savings plan. So pretty much, as you can see, I have a plan set up to save by March. Now, like I said, November was a little rocky for me. So, of course, I'm going to have to go back through here and reevaluate. But this is just my savings plan. So, I was able to just take out, different amounts of money that I'll be able to take out, each month, every time I get paid up until March. So, like I said, this definitely will need to be reevaluated. But this is just a little bit of what I wanted to show y'all. So yeah, that's a little bit of guys. So I just want to say thanks for listening. Again, leave your tips, leave your suggestions, opinions, and advice. Anything that you have or that you would recommend as far as me saving up for a new car. Like I said, I'm definitely going to have to go back through my savings plan and reevaluate that and kind of rewrite it, since this month was a little rocky for me. But definitely, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Go to my channel, subscribe. Go and check out my recent videos, because I just put up some Thanksgiving videos and cooking videos. Definitely give those videos a like, comment, and definitely share as much as you can. And I will see y'all, and I hope that y'all have a blessed Sunday. And if y'all have not already, definitely stay tuned. And I just want to say this, I do have a closet tour and a giveaway coming up soon. I'm going to try to do this next weekend. So like I said, I need to get my closet organized, but I'm going to be selling a lot of some of my items and accessories and bags and things like that from my closet. So I'm going to give y'all a closet tour. Like I said, I'll be having a giveaway, and then but anyway, y'all have more information about that when it comes. So definitely have a blessed Sunday. Y'all enjoy yourself, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.